Hi everybody, it's Captain Canadad. I know in my videos normally I joke around and make people, attempt to make people laugh. It doesn't always work, but today's video I want to talk about an old friend of mine who is no longer with us. Very, very dear friend of mine. This guy was like a brother to me growing up in England. And, you know, he had his issues, but he was still my friend, and I loved him. He was like I say, he was like a brother to me. I'm talking about no one that people here in Canada would know. I'm talking about Tony Barlow, Anthony Barlow. Tony I knew from when I moved over there in 1977, all the way up till he died. And he was a friend throughout the entire time I knew him. Tony always used to say to me, he said, "You're not a friend, you're not a mate, you're a pal." And from my understanding, to him, that meant a lot more than being a mate or a friend. He had similar liking for me as a friend. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is that Tony was born in January on the 17th in 1968, January 17th. So he would have been 53 about 3 days ago, because I'm filming this on the 20th of January 2012. What is it? 2021, 2012. I wish, because he'd still be with us. But anyway, there's been a lot of talk about Tony and the cause of his death. And after I've done my research on this from very, very reliable sources, I want to let people know about this. And I think Tony would be okay with me doing this because, you know, a lot of people know him in a bad light. Knew him as a rough and tumble kind of guy, but Tony was a friend, like a big time friend to a lot of people, and Tony had a heart of gold. But at the same time, Tony had demons that he was trying to battle. Demons from his childhood, demons that had caught up with him, and he was trying to. It's been discovered from the autopsy. He was trying to battle these demons. And of course, I'm talking about an addiction. Tony couldn't win the battle, unfortunately. He had a heart attack as a result of the fact that his body was going through so much stress at him attempting to kick the habits that he had become addicted to. There's a lot of people now still, apparently, that talk about him in a negative light. And he's been dead for, well, let me check my notes here. He's been dead for 6 years. And these people are still going on about him. Yes, Tony had his faults. Yes, Tony wasn't the greatest of guys to everybody. But we all have our history. We all have our things that we regret in life. You can't continuously hold things against a person even after they're gone. And you certainly should never hold it against their children, because their children aren't that individual. The children are their own people. People make mistakes. They don't always apologize for them, but they do make mistakes. And I guarantee you that anybody that was wronged by Tony, he was battling with the fact that he had done that wrong to them. I know for a fact that this was the case. Because even though I'm in Canada, Tony visited me before he left our planet. And we talked about some of the stuff that we've done, or he did, that he regrets. It was personal, so I'm not going to go into details. But he regretted a lot of the stuff that he did. And a lot of the stuff that he did, if you knew Tony like I knew Tony, and like those that were close to him knew Tony, you would understand that he really didn't have any say in it. He was battling demons from his childhood. You know, in Horwich, when we grew up, it was a rough, tough place. And this was brought down through generations. It wasn't just Tony's generation or his parents' generation. There was a lot of people that were in this mindset. It was the English way. It was the British way. I was shocked by how people were when I moved over there, because I had no idea that it was a kill or be killed almost attitude. Like you had to fight to survive a lot of the time. Now, I know that there are some people that I grew up with over there that maybe aren't aware of this fact, but as a young boy growing up over there, because I was 10 when I moved there, I learned very quickly that if you pissed off the wrong person, you were going to pay. Thankfully, I never had to fight for myself. One thing about Tony was that he would defend his friends. I don't know that he ever fought for me, but I know that he stuck up for me a few times. And for that, I'm eternally grateful, because nobody likes taking a shit kicking off of anybody. But to those people that are still hating on him, stop. Let it go. He's gone. He made mistakes. If he were here and you were to confront him, I'm sure he would apologize and try whatever way he could to make it right. Now he's gone, and he can't. So, on behalf of Tony, to anybody that was wronged by him, I'm sorry. I don't take responsibility for any of his flaws or faults, but I know that he was a good guy inside. And there was more than Tony inside of him, if that makes any sense. Tony wasn't just Tony. I'm not saying that he was multiple personalities necessarily or anything like that. I'm just saying that Tony was battling demons, and sometimes they got the better of him, and he made stupid choices. Nobody's going to argue with that. But I know for a fact if he could, he would take them back. So 3 days late, albeit I've been very busy. Things get sidetracked with COVID and what we're going through right now. But 3 days late, I wish Tony a happy birthday. To all his friends out there that are watching this or going to watch this, thank you for being his friend. And thank you for sticking up for him. In general, thanks for being there for Tony when you were. I appreciate it. I know he would. Thank you for your time and listening to me today. I do appreciate it, as always. And at the end of my videos, I say, go do something great. And I do that on every video. But today I'm going to say, instead of go do something great, forgive someone. Forgive them in the name of Tony Barlow. Remember him, and everybody that knew him knew a good side of him at one point. Remember Tony Barlow as Tony Barlow, the guy who was good and fun, not as anybody that upset anybody else. I hope that makes sense. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe.